Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about the Wilder and Fury rematch deal being sorted out, says Frank Warren. At first, I'm thinking by me looking at certain articles and channels and stuff like that, they said, the Tyson Fury trainer was talking about they was thinking about going through another direction, and they wanted Wilder to fight Joshua, which I would not have no problem with that too at the same time. But I'm thinking that Fury, why you don't want the rematch? You know what I'm saying? Seems like you probably afraid, whatever, and all that. But I don't. One thing is, me thinking don't mean that's true, because Fury came over here and fought Wilder in his own backyard, and he fought Klitschko in his own in Germany. So he'll fight. He's willing to fight anybody. I can't even say I shouldn't say he's scared or nothing like that. But you never know. But at the same time, right now, he got my respect. Fury. He got my respect. I like Fury, man. I love Fury. I ain't gonna lie. I like Wilder too at the same time. I love him too. And Anthony Joshua, for some reason, man, it's just, he's a clean-cut, good guy, but it's just the way how he handle business, man. He don't want to fight. He ain't fighting Wilder or Fury. He didn't even fight Ortiz yet. He didn't fight no real competition. He ain't about to fight Dillian White or Baby Miller, whatever. He said like he want. Now, let me tell you something like this. If Anthony Joshua, I'm on Anthony Joshua right now, but Anthony Joshua, if he comes here and fight Jerry Miller, something's wrong with that picture. I think Jerry Miller's gonna fight him in his home backyard, because he said he wanted Wilder to fight Joshua, wanted Wilder to fight him on his own backyard instead of coming over here in the U.S. So he'd be a hypocrite if he fight Miller over here. You see what I'm saying? It will make him look really bad. But getting back to Wilder and Fury rematch. I ain't mad at this. If they at least they talking. That's the most important thing, because the fight between them is still is undecided. You know what I'm saying? Who's the real heavyweight champion of the world? Because Anthony Joshua, to me, man, I can't respect the guy. It's just he didn't take the $50 million and he want to he want to give Wilder a flat fee, and don't give him none of the profit, the other money and stuff like that, and didn't want to give him a rematch clause and nothing like that. It's just all kind of stupid. I don't like that. I lost respect for him. I don't have him on my Instagram as a follower. You know what I'm saying? I'm not following Anthony Joshua. I got the Gypsy King and Wilder, Errol Spence, and So and Javante Davis, man, and Jerry Hurd. I got other people too at the same time, professional boxers who I follow on Instagram. But getting back to Frank Warren, where he said, one thing is, Frank Warren, he's a promoter. He's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, but that's what he's doing his job. And the thing about it is, they was talking about having it in London, in the Gypsy King, the Tyson Fury's backyard, which I wouldn't be mad at that as long as they fight, but they will be missing out on a lot of money. And if they missing out on a lot of money, of course Wilder and Tyson Fury will be missing out on some money, but Frank Warren will be missing out on some money too, because of course he get a percentage of that. I don't know how much percentage of that, but he be missing out. So Frank Warren want that fight. He would want that fight in the U.S. And just like what I read, it says, this is what Frank Warren said: "We are trying to make the fight at the moment. Everyone wants to fight, and most important, the fighters wants it." Warren told ESPN, "The vendor is looking like the U.S. That's where the money is at. That's what he said. See, Tyson was disappointed with the judging with the last fight, as I was. So a lot of things just need to be sorted out. But the U.S. is where they want it, probably in the second quarter." I think Tyson Fury probably want the fight mostly in London, I'm thinking, but he know he be missing out on a lot of money. And Frank Warren definitely want that fight in the U.S. because I think the pay-per-view fights cost like $20 or $25. Here it's like $75 to $100 here. That's a lot of money you be missing out. And this is like I told y'all, it's not a percent business, y'all, in any sport. 10% or 5% in the ring or on the court or on the field. You see what I'm saying? So this is a business. So I can understand what Frank Warren was talking about. He ain't the one in there fighting. It's Tyson Fury and Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He's a promoter. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Try to give himself more money and give Tyson Fury some extra money. He said, Warren said Las Vegas would be an option, but appeared to rule out a return to Los Angeles. I wouldn't want to go back to California. I didn't like working with California commissions, and there was a lot of things we didn't like there. And he said, this is Frank Warren saying, Fury bout with Wilder was only his third since 2.5 year absence from the sport following mental health issues and failed drug tests. Anthony Joshua, who holds the WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO heavyweight belts, is trying to get a unification bout with Wilder. Wilder indicates that Joshua promoter Eddie Hearns was in no hurry for that to happen. However, yeah, I mean Eddie Hearns, I mean he's a promoter too, man. He's doing what promoters do. They about money. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying. He's Anthony Joshua is his cash cow, so you know what I'm saying. But the cash cow right now is Canelo Alvarez. He's the cash cow in America, but he is a Mexican. He's Mexican, but he's fighting in America, which Anthony Joshua haven't did yet at all. But it's kind of funny. But you know what? It's kind of funny. Eddie Hearns, it's like a double-edged sword because he don't want to come over here and get robbed, but in the U.S. But he do want to come over here for the money because it's more money. He's a promoter, but then if you fight in London, he might get the decision, but he's gonna take less money. See, you see what I'm saying? So it's really a, you know, if you ask me if Eddie Hearns really wants to fight, he really wants to fight in the U.S. But he just don't want to fight Wilder. He want to fight another opponent. He wish another person hit the WBC belt. But a person who ain't a threat. But at the same time, but Eddie Hearns is milking Anthony Joshua. And hopefully Anthony Joshua probably know that. But he probably don't know that. He might be blinded because I think Frank Warren, that's his first promoter. And just like Terry Crawford with Bob Arum, he resigned back with him because he was comfortable with him, just like Anthony Joshua is comfortable with Eddie Hearns. So it's that loyalty right there, fact right there. But they're gonna see their true colors. These promoters, their true colors when you get older. When you get older, look what happened to Manny Pacquiao. Look what happened to Mikey Garcia. Not saying he was older, but Manny Pacquiao got older. Floyd Mayweather was with Bob Arum. He bought out his contract with Bob Arum. So Terence Crawford, I think, as I'm thinking about it, that's what he should have did. He should have just really thought about it. I'm not. He probably did thought about it, but I think he did what's best for him. But it might not be best for him. But we definitely see. But at the same time, Anthony Joshua said he's a businessman, but at the same time, he might be making the right decision for himself too. At the same time, because I just got a funny feeling he probably think that, or Eddie Hearns or Barry Hearns think that he can't beat Wilder, and that's why he ain't fighting him now. He's a real threat. He's real dangerous, man. At the same time, you know, he will be taking a big fight or a big payday with Wilder, but that'd be his only fight. But he will, but not really his last fight because he will have a rematch clause. I think both of them will have a rematch clause. You would think about they might be making like $150 to $200 million off that fight. If they fight 2 times, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying. But we'll see in the following years, man. But what do y'all think about Frank Warren saying that they are in a negotiating, they sorting out right now about what the fight is going to be? I'm thinking the fight might be in Las Vegas. It did 325 million, 350,000 pay-per-view buys. So at the same time, that's not a catwalk. That's a lot of buys for the first time for these people. For the first time Wilder's been on pay-per-view. I think this is the first time Fury been on pay-per-view. If I'm not mistaken, if I am, I apologize. But yeah, this is their big pay-per-view fight. Both of them, I would definitely say that. But if y'all have any comment, leave a comment at the bottom of my page. Subscribe to my page, like my page, hit the bell notification for new videos from me. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. All right, bye.